Hey everyone, it's Alan Paletti. It is Thursday night and it is time for another review. Here I have the Tallyho Circlebacks. These are a fun one. I got these actually at my corner store, which is a weird thing since I live in Texas and they don't sell Tallyhos in Texas. I got these, they had a brick at the gas station where I usually shop. I went, oh dude, I'm so grabbing some of those, so I did. They say Cincinnati on the outside, but they have a black sticker and they are actually Erlanger cards on the inside, so I guess they had some extra decks. Or some extra boxes, rather. The Joker. Funny story about this Joker, and I'll never look at it the same way. When I was working for Magic Network, we were working on trying to design a Tallyho deck. Okay, and we were thought about maybe using this pelt as a suit for a reveal. And we went with the heart, and the heart, you couldn't grab it from the top because it was a weird pinchy thing, and it didn't look right, the rounded half of the heart. So we said, why don't we have him hold the heart upside down, right? The heart upside down, this loop here was going to make like a 3, and we had a heart, but it was upside down. It just looked like a big hairy bag of testicles. It did not look very good, looked very risque, and we decided not to go with that, and then ended up making that a diamond, which was what we should have done in the first place, but, camel is a horse designed by a committee. So, there's that. This is what proves it's an Erlanger deck. On the guarantee card it says Erlanger, Kentucky right there. But the card, the stock is just fine. The quality of the card's just fine. These are broken in, and I am not disappointed with the card stock. Maybe it's because I use bicycles all the time, and I'm just used to the way these feel now, of how the Erlanger quality feels. But they don't feel bad. They feel just fine. So if ever you've been reading in the forums, oh, don't buy them because they're just horrible, and they're fine. They're a softer stock than what I remember Tallyho being, but so are bicycles. Okay, so I guess it's just it's a money saving thing for the United States Playing Card Company. But hey, I'll go with them being a little bit more chintzy on the production, as long as we still get pretty decent quality than anywhere else you can get, without raising the prices, and then have them not disappear as a company. Okay, it says N09 in there for number 9s. Very nice deck. The only thing I don't like is the back. For me, it feels like an exercise on a graphing calculator in high school. So, meh about the back design. Not really wild, but I like the fan backs a lot better. There's a one-way principle in there built in. You can see right there, I don't think they did this on purpose, but the petals, the ink between the red ink between the petals there is thicker on this side than it is on this side. I don't know if you can see that difference. But that does make this a one-way deck. But whoop-de-freaking-do, I'm not that excited. I don't really use the one-way deck principle. It's nice every once in a while if you want to pull that out. It's an extra little tool, but I don't go out of my way to use it. Plus, just about any bicycle deck you buy now, the printing is off-center, so you can use the white border as an indicator of the one-way principle. So, not really that. Now, I do need to talk about something, and I'm going to lose a lot of you guys. I may even lose some subscribers over this next thing, okay? But I need to get this out there because I've said it a couple of times, but it hasn't. I guess people don't believe me or think I'm talking out of my butt. I've worked with the United States Playing Card Company, talked to the printers themselves and the company and went through the whole thing. So I do know what I'm talking about. I am speaking from a seat of authority. I do know what I'm talking about here. Okay, Tallyho decks, Tallyho stock is exactly the same as bicycle stock. They do not have a separate stock just for Tallyhos. It's not financially feasible for a company to do that. They have two different stocks. They have B stock and they have bicycle stock. And every deck that they produce, unless a company, a third-party company like Illusionist or Theory 11 or something, come in and bring in their own stock, it's either printed on B or bicycle stock. Regardless of the Tallyho or Steamboats or whatever, they're all printed on the same. Okay? And this is because it doesn't make sense to have a different stock and finish for every deck that they produce, because the United States Playing Card Company over the years has produced hundreds of different types of decks. They don't change the finish and the stock for every single one. It doesn't make sense. Just even want to look at it from a money perspective. So the only thing that I do think is different, or do know is different, is that they don't print them using WebPress, or at least they didn't before they moved to Erlanger. I don't know if they print these on a WebPress now, but as of 2 years ago, they still printed them using the older lithography method. So that you may argue that the printing method might produce a higher quality card stock just because of the processes that the chemical processes that it has to go through. But besides that, it's printed on bicycle stock. And I know a lot of people are going to go, no, and I'm going to get a lot of criticism for this video. But I don't have any agenda, and I'm not trying to sell you a pack of cards from the United States Playing Card Company. I have no reason to lie to you or tell you any different than the truth as I know it to be. So you can either take what I'm saying or leave it, but I feel it's my responsibility as a reviewer and as also as a brother in the Magician Brotherhood to tell you what I know, and that's that they're all printed on bicycle stock. So you can either agree with me or not, but a lot of what has to do with playing cards is psychosomatic. A lot of the decks that you look at, I really look at only the designs on the deck because that's the only thing that really changes. Stock and finish, unless the printing method is somehow kind of screwed up the finish or something like that. If it's a good quality deck, you know, then who cares what it is, because it's honestly one of the two stocks and they're both just fine. So don't get too hung up on it. You don't have to buy a stock because it's a stock. If you enjoy the cards, that should be enough. You don't have to go, oh well, it's printed with Tally Ho stock, so it's going to be a really good deck of cards. It doesn't matter. If you enjoy them and they work well and they're high quality deck of cards, that shouldn't matter to you anyway. Okay, I go through a dozen decks of cards a week or more whenever I'm performing in the restaurants, and so stock is relative. If it's a good card and it holds up and you can use it for working and making yourself money, that's, you know, no big deal. So I know I'm going to lose a lot of you guys on that, but it's printed on bicycle stock, and I have no reason to lie to you. So please keep that in mind. I really appreciate you guys' views and support. I really, I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism for this Tally Ho thing, this Tally Ho bicycle stock thing, but I promise it's the truth. And if you have any questions about that, you're more than welcome to private message me or comment. I'd love to get a conversation going on that and hearing your guys' opinions. So thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to do reviews for you. I hope to talk to you next week, and I'll see you then. Cheers.